Na pachano pay and mom saying. From the legal point of view, I believe some colleague in the studio has done some justice by giving us the background to the story as to the decisions that were arrived at, the 5-2 decision that was arrived at yesterday. But what I want you to help us understand is say, with the indications by the state attorney, say, you better prosecute Papano. Is there a possibility, sir, he can represent himself on the ticket of the NDC, sir, even if there is a by-election, or between a contest?
Okay, yes. But I hope, sir, this is a hypothetical question because as it is, that declaration of vacancy has not been affirmed by the Supreme Court.
Indeed.
So that will relate to the substantive matter of interpretation of Article 94(2)(a), which is yet to be done. So for now, it's an injunction. But if I assume that possibility, then my response will be that yes, he can contest. He can contest. But the whole point is that, you see, you can contest, but prosecution, when you are being prosecuted, it doesn't mean that by all means you'll be convicted. But if he is even convicted and he's already won the election, then definitely that will be an offense relating to, if you look at it, you look at the kind of charges that are being pressed about the seat of public officer, and I think some misstatements and all that. Then you're talking about offense relating to dishonesty, fraud, and the rest of them, which are basis to disqualify him from standing as, for contesting election to become a member of parliament. So if that is the case and you have already even won, Article 97 is clear that if what would have disqualified you from contesting the elections happens while you are a sitting member of parliament, then you vacate your seat. So you are arrested, after you have even won. Okay. So because of that possibility, it might inform the party to possibly change him. But practically he can contest. That's if the hypothetical possibility happens.
Now, my bit of understanding as to the Supreme Court ruling, because you shied away from saying, sir, he is the former member of parliament of Assin North. Why is that a difficulty?
Please come again.
Me say, me introducing Mr. Tachie, no?
Yes.
I'm asking, sir, can you explain to us, as we speak now, can we say, sir, he's the former member of parliament for the Assin North constituency?
No. You see, that is where the clarity has to be made. This is an injunction. Injunction is an interlocutory, or this particular injunction is an interlocutory or interim one. The substantive matter that will declare, now, the whole point is that there was a previous High Court ruling which vacated his seat. And he challenged that, which is constitutional, which is constitutional right he exercised. So the same exercise that was, enjoyed by the plaintiff, our brother Nyimfa, is the same right that the MP also exercised and appealed. Okay, and then the matter, resurrected in a different form, and then went to the Supreme Court. Okay, so the Supreme Court has only injuncted him in the interim. So it is an interim measure. It's just like you contesting for ownership of land, and one is building on it, and then the court says, no, you stop building. Stop building until I determine the matter. It doesn't mean that the one who has stopped building it has been declared not to be the owner. You get a position. So he is not the former member, because he's challenging that which is also constitutional. And then even further, there's the Supreme Court that has given this an interim order. Okay, so until that final determination is made, he's not a former member. He's a member of parliament who has been restrained from holding himself out as a member. It's a technical thing, and I appreciate that.
Because I'm trying to understand
you
how...
can't describe him as... Hello?
Yes, I'm trying to understand how he may not carry out his duties as a representative of the people, and yet he is the member of parliament for the people.
Oh, you can, but you can be a lawyer, yet you can be you can be temporarily stopped from performing your role as a lawyer. You can have a police who has been interdicted. It doesn't mean that he is a former member of the Ghana Police Service. I hope you get the point.
Yeah, I get the point, but the thing is, you are a member of parliament by your presence in parliament and conducting parliamentary business.
Not really. Not really. You can be a member of parliament under suspension.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Moving forward, do you see this case, coming to its final conclusion anytime soon?
Oh, sure. With this clearance, then the only point, I don't know if the members, lawyers will go for review of this ruling. But if not, then the next matter is the interpretation. Interpretation is a matter that will just call for the court trying to ascertain the true and proper meaning of Article 94.2a, and which will not require full trial, like where evidence are given and all that, because it's a matter of ascertaining meaning. So strictly speaking, is a matter that will not call for long, trial or court hearings. The court will hear maybe one or two, maybe hearings, listen to the arguments of both parties, and then go ahead and make the declaration, and that will impact on the Court of Appeal case.
Obani, my final two questions here. The hint that the Attorney General is giving, for instance, David Kanopai said, Assin North MP must suffer Adamu Sakande's fate. Should we be getting such a vibe from the state attorney?
Not at all. Not at all. You see, when you are the prosecution or you prosecute for the state, it's not like your target, you are targeting anybody. You are just ensuring that the laws of the country work. And you don't go by, putting your mind to put somebody in jail. You go by pursuing justice. So if you begin to do this, even the prosecution might come out that the man is clean. Because it's not every prosecution that leads to conviction and sentencing. So why do we jump? But why do you have to say it? Are you the court? And these are some of the things that show, some elements of misbelief in the people. When you do this, and then it ends up that the man is convicted and imprisoned, then everybody will say, okay, they are influencing them. Meanwhile, that might not be the case. Why do you say it? That decision might not be even a singular decision, even though you are head of the Attorney General's department. So it is for the state too. We are doing it for all of us, including the honorable member whose actions have been impugned. So we should not be having such statements coming. And sometimes, politics and everything, that is why a lot of people are suggesting that there should be a delineation of that portfolio so that there will be clear distinction there. Okay, but definitely, as you have sensed it's not a statement that should come from the one who represents all of us.
My final one, it may sound a bit, trivial, but I will still ask about the ruling and how it came out, 5-2, if I'm correct. And this is coming on the back of debates that is in the media space as a result of comments by the National Security Minister about how rulings have been going in the past, all seemingly going in the favor of government and virtually being unanimous. What's your take on Enra Eba and 5-2 social media for us that air Kasazo? Can the pass him no kind of MSM go phone you?
Oh my God. These are coincidences and all that. As soon as I also saw the majority decision, that came to my mind, that is purely coincidence. If you read the dissenting opinion, I have fallen in love with it. Okay, because I have a challenge with the grant of the the injunctive application. And so it's lovely. Professor Abuchi sense that, when you have dissenting, you have all of them, not all of them going one way. There's another dimension that the other side brings out that opens up for learning and brings other elements out. But if it's one way, then it's like that opportunity is lost. So it's just a matter that we should just understand from this that the judges have independent views. But if they also have the right to render a unanimous judgment if they all agree. I'm sure that in our homes there are over 90% of matters that we agree with our spouses and all that. It's not everything that we dissent or we have somebody. You can say something even to the entire family and all the time. Oh, everything is okay. We support the idea and all that. Some will even give reasons in support of that general view. So if another time this is not the first time we have this, we have even had very close ones, 3-2. You have had even cases of 5-4 and all that. Very close, very close. You remember even the some of the issues in the 2012 election petition. There were some that were not unanimous. I think none of them was even unanimous. But no, some were unanimous, some were not. So it's not the first time at all. But that statement is also another. Coming from the quarters and all that, it would have been better if it had not been said in that forum.
So you think it was ill-timed?
We seek resolution more than putting certain information in the public, which might instigate or have a certain build up a certain perception, which might not be good for us and be inimical to the spirit of the state.
Lawyer, but also, I know, say, Ojin Bernal, ni din command pay, happy morning show, so.